Thank you for coming. Thank you for opening your hearts. Thank you for following your intuition. Thank you for attuning yourself to this teaching that I get to be the messenger for. My life has changed dramatically as a result of my own crisis that brought me to that moment of the dark night of the soul when I was unable to figure it out anymore with my brain, to figure it out anymore with the logic of my mind, even as intelligent as I am, even as intelligent as you are, even as intelligent as we all are. We have this wonderful part of us that is amazingly service-oriented in our good. And what we want is the channel for that good to come to us. We want to open our neurology of our brain and our thinking to access that part of us that can create miracles in our life, that can bring us the good that we have desired in us all of our life to be manifested and fulfilled. And the greater and greater and greater awareness that you have of that state with your eyes up, the less and less and less attachment you have to this anchored state of emotion in the human body. But you're present and grounded, so you're here physically while you're having this experience. When you go up into that other brain wave, I mean, I feel it physically. I don't know how many of you feel it physically, but it like shifts. It's like, and then there's this kind of like, if I were to say it was like a color would start to go like that. And then there's an amazing expansion where I am, as big as the universe. I am seeing myself as big as the universe. That is me seeing me as big as the universe. And it's important to know that we're not in a hierarchical experience. We're in a state change. So a state change means that we're in an atmosphere all around us of our ability to think and reason in a limited space in the beta brainwave. In the alpha brainwave, we have an increased capacity. The whirling dervishes and the Sufi dances are doing this. They're taking that energy and moving it out. When you go out into theta, you are in a state change of everything in your body being expanded in the molecular structure of your body, of becoming expanded. All those molecules of water that we are, of 85% of our body, is simply going into a more subtle form of energy, a subtler form of energy, a subtler vibration and frequency. Jack Schwartz used to do a demonstration of laying on a bed of nails. And when he was laying on that bed of nails, he would have people jump up and down on top of him. And he had a rock on his chest one time, and he had them hammer the rock to try and break the rock. And they said, why didn't you lay down, why didn't your back go into the nails? He said, well, if you are a wafer-thin piece of material, if you expanded your consciousness of your molecular structure to such an extent that you are a wafer-thin piece of material, then that is what's lying on this bed of nails, not this body. And you can change your whole reality of manifestation, because when you're in that unified state of consciousness, there is nothing opposing you for you manifesting what you want. There's none of that little small, inner talk about maybe it will happen, maybe it won't happen. It is just that it is. It is just that it is. I don't know how that I have this, whatever I'm manifesting in theta. I only know that I am now and I'm fulfilled. And you're creating a state of beingness within you. And that state of beingness comes from being in the theta brainwave. That when you go into that state of beingness, then everything around you resonates to that level of your being, because now your brainwave, instead of you being here, and this is your sphere of influence, now it's the universe is your sphere of influence. So your sphere of influence is only to the capacity of the brain frequency that you're operating in, because you're telegraphing to the world your thinking, and you are eliminating any acceptance from the world to you of anything that does not fit your filters. So even if that good arrives in our life and we do not have that capacity to receive it, we are not having the filters to know that we deserve it, we will create that it disappears out of our life. Now, another way in which people do that is they call it the saboteur. They stop, they do the attempt, achieve, and defeat, or attempt, achieve, and fail. So they do something really magnificent, and then the car breaks down and it takes all the money away, or they get in a car accident and have an injury that keeps them from earning any further income, or you fill in the blank, because they haven't prepared themselves for operating in a larger sphere of influence. They want to, ego structure, the little self wants to stay in this comfort zone of what's causing us pain. I would like to show you this beautiful picture. Isn't this amazing? Guess what it is? This is a thought. This is the picture of a neuron firing a thought. So this can really demonstrate how we're operating in consciousness of that greater capacity. This is what we are sending out to the universe, and this is what we are attracting back to us, our reality manifested from this thought. Or you can have those other kinds of thoughts as reflected in Emoto's water of hate and anger, and you know what those pieces of water look like. They don't look like this.